We start with the function of equals 2 times the quantity minus 3 squared plus 1. We look at this to see our starting math problem. This is our original rule for being greater than or equal to 3. We identify the domain and the range. We do this to know which numbers we can use and what answers we will get. The domain starts at 3 and the range starts at 1. We set equal to of, which is 2 times the quantity minus 3 squared plus 1. We do this to change the function into an equation with. This helps us find the inverse later. We plan our steps to find the inverse. We do this so we know how to solve for the new. First we swap and then we solve for. We swap the and the in the equation. We do this to begin finding the inverse function. When we switch the places of and, we are making the inverse. We prepare to isolate the squared part. We do this to get the term with by itself. We will need to take away 1 from both sides. We subtract 1 from both sides of the equation. We do this to move the 1 away from the other terms. When we take away the same number from both sides, the equation stays balanced. We prepare to divide by 2. We do this to get the quantity minus 3 squared by itself. We must remove the 2 that is multiplying the group. We divide both sides by 2. We do this to get the quantity minus 3 squared alone. When we divide both sides by the same number, the equation stays balanced. We prepare to take the square root. We do this to remove the square from the term. Taking square root is the way to undo square. We take the square root of the quantity minus 1 divided by 2. We do this to get minus 3 by itself. The square root cancels out the squared part. We prepare to add 3 to both sides. We do this to get completely by itself. We need to move the negative 3 away from the. We add 3 to both sides of the equation. We do this to finish getting alone. When we add the same number to both sides, the equation stays balanced. We note the domain and range for the inverse. We do this to make sure our new rule is correct. The domain of the inverse is the range of the original, and the range of the inverse is the domain of the original. We write the final answer as inverse of equals 3 plus the square root of the quantity minus 1 divided by 2. We do this to show our completed work. The domain is greater than or equal to 1 and the range is greater than or equal to 3.